What is going on, y'all? This is SK13. Welcome back to the channel. If you saw my last video, you'll know that I got the up map and installed the race tune on my RS 660. I installed the race tune without any other performance modifications on the bike, aka no exhaust, no race stacks, no filter, etc, etc. I shared my initial impressions in that video. However, I did mention that I needed to spend some more time with it to say if it was really worth it. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video yet, I'll link it up here up above, so it should be on your top right. Anyways, on to the video. I have ridden the RS 660 some more while on the race tune, and it has definitely not disappointed me at all. So is the race tune without any other mods worth it? I think it's important to start with cost. So how much does it cost to get the race tune on your RS 660? I got the up map, but you could also get the physical race ECU from Aprilia dealers. The up map costed me about 555 bucks. I got mine from CBC Moto. If you get it from XIII, which is the Aprilia dealer in Texas that most people purchase their parts from, at least here in the US, it will run you about 630 bucks. So a slight discount with CBC. Not sure how they actually get that discount for us folks, but I ain't complaining. But yeah, the race ECU, you can get that from XIII for about 700 bucks, and then from other websites that I was looking at, it kind of ranges from anywhere from 700 all the way to 800. So I say if you were going down this route, probably best to just get it straight from XIII, reputable dealer. Yeah. So either way, as you can see from the cost, it's definitely not cheap to get the race tune. But let's move on to the benefits that I've noticed from the race tune so far. As far as the negatives are concerned, we'll dive into that more in like the should you portion of this video. So first off, majority of the people will notice first that the lag in the middle of the RPM range is almost entirely gone with the race tune, and it's been awesome. That power that you feel at the upper end of the rev range is now present throughout the majority of the rev range now. Even though the horsepower increase from the tune is only supposed to be like what, 1 to 2 horsepower at most, because of this lag being gone now, it feels like the bike just keeps on pulling hard. And this has definitely been putting a smile on my face. But it also caught me off guard, because at first, as I got myself accelerating faster than usual in like a wide turn, I suddenly had to lean the bike more to make the turn. A pucker moment, but nothing too crazy. But just want to mention that it did catch me off guard. But yeah, overall, the acceleration feels a lot smoother, and perhaps that is more due to more steady throttle response, especially in first gear in the lower revs. Prior to the tune, first gear could feel pretty choppy at times. One of the biggest changes I noticed though, and absolutely love, is the quick shifter change. So quick shifter worked relatively smooth from second gear and up. However, when you would go from first to second, it was pretty clunky. Downshifts were also clunky at times, but overall, still good. With the race tune though now, from first to second feels a lot smoother. Still a little clunky, but definitely improved. That is under lighter acceleration as well. Like usually you would have to be under moderate to high acceleration for the quick shifter to work smoothly, but now even with lighter acceleration, quick shifter works pretty well. So of course the upshift from second and onward is a lot more smooth, but the downshifts now, they feel like butter. When you actually downshift, the sound, the feeling, it's really crisp. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah. One thing that I was kind of curious about was temperature management and whether the bike would run cooler or not. By default, the RS660 tends to run a little bit hot. So after riding with the Racetune for a while, I feel like it does run cooler, but at the same time, the weather has also slightly cooled down compared to before. So not really sure how to go about seeing if it's actually causing changes or fluctuations in temperature. I do notice sometimes the fan kicks on sooner, but yeah, it is what it is. I guess we'll find out next summer. But yeah, those were the big changes that I noticed. If you get the European version of the Racetune, you can move your turn signals to the headlights as well. I still have mine as the OEM placement, so in the mirrors, but I'll probably be switching to the EU version in the future. Now let's move on to the should you do this though. Get the Racetune with the stock exhaust. So based on what I could find, people have talked to Aprilia techs about this, and Racetune without aftermarket exhausts, per the techs, Aprilia techs, they mentioned that it would be tough on the stock catalytic converter, likely due to melting issues from the fuel burning inside of the cat. Per Gabbro, who is a known tuner for Aprilia models, he noted that the Racetune on stock internals or stock exhaust would cause the bike to run too rich. Now, for those of you wondering, what does running rich actually mean? It means that the ratio between fuel and air in the engine is heavier towards the fuel side. So more fuel, less air. On the opposite side, we have running lean, which is more air, less fuel. In theory, we would expect running lean to cause more catastrophic damage to the engine. However, running rich can also cause catastrophic damage. I am by no means an expert in this, but when running rich or like too rich, the excess fuel in the engine and like cylinder walls can wipe away engine oil, which would cause obviously friction between the components in there, leading to damage over time. It could also cause damage to the cat, like I mentioned before, and this is definitely more likely to happen when you're running too rich. So obviously, running rich, running lean, it's a ratio aspect, right? So what does running too rich mean? How long can you ride while running that rich before the damage is seen? I don't have these answers. So but overall, I guess just knowing that the RS660 is a high performance engine where Aprilia has really managed to squeeze out this much power, like 100 horsepower from this size engine, 2 cylinders, and with the looming concerns with reliability, not saying that I have reliability issues at this time, or a majority of riders or owners of the RS660 actually don't have issues, the looming concern is still there, right? So we got to get back to the question at hand. Should you get the Racetune without an exhaust? I personally would not want to risk any extra potential damage to the engine. I would feel more comfortable perhaps doing it on a Japanese manufactured bike, but on the RS660, I don't think I would want to take that chance. So take it, with a grain of salt. That's just my opinion. You can always do what you want to do, but I personally would want to not take that chance. Just looking at the benefits of the tune alone, without any of the potential damage that it could cause without an exhaust, I absolutely love it. I feel like the bike should have come standard like this from factory, but although, without the lag in the middle of the rev range, it deviates further from, say, like a beginner bike category. So if it did come out this way, yeah, it would definitely, in my mind, not be a beginner friendly bike. Not that it is. If you haven't watched that video, definitely do check it out. But I don't think this is a beginner bike, and with the race tune, it definitely deviates further from that, is what I'm trying to say. Long story short. But yeah, that being said, you guys, you already know I am on the hunt for an exhaust, so my ape will not be staying like this for too long. And that basically brings us to the end of the video today. As always, guys, thumbs if you enjoyed it, subs if you loved it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.